Hey guys, join me in the kitchen. Let's cook kale and spinach soup. Yes guys, it's going to be very interesting, so keep on watching. All right now, oh by the way, this is an impromptu one. I did not plan to cook soup on this particular day. So what happened is that my hubby went to the supermarket and came back with kale, and I was like, it's time for vegetable soup because I love cooking vegetable soup with that particular vegetable. I'm going to show you what kale looks like in case you don't know or you haven't seen it before. All right, so when I saw that he bought it, I instantly got in the mood for cooking. So yeah, let's do this. So I have started with my meat, and I'm using chicken with my protein. Sorry, not my meat, with my protein. And my protein of choice for this vegetable soup is chicken. Now, because I said I didn't plan to cook soup on this day, I did not bring out the meat earlier on to dissolve or to defrost. Yeah, so what I did was to quickly take it out from the freezer, and then here is how I defrost the meat. So I just put it in a pot, add water, and place it on fire. So the heat or the hot water is going to dissolve it. By the way, this is the kale. It is called cavolo nero in Italian. Okay, in case you are living in Italy, just go to the supermarket. I think it's available in any supermarket, I'm not sure, but this one we bought it from Tosano. Yeah, so it is a seasonal vegetable. You cannot find it in summer. That is what I heard. Okay, I've been disturbing hubby to buy this vegetable, but anytime he goes and come back, he will tell me that it's not in stock. They said it's usually available in winter. So yeah, we are in winter already, and I get to enjoy one of my favorite vegetables actually, and that vegetable is more like ugu. If you know pumpkin leaves, that's the texture and the flavor you get from this thing. So this vegetable reminds me of ugu. That's why I am in love with it. Now this is the chicken. After some minutes later, it is now ready to cut. See guys, I don't like cutting chicken. I've told my hubby to always tell them to cut it at the shop or the supermarket, wherever he bought it from, so I don't have to go through the stress of cutting and hitting the knife on the bone. This thing stresses me out. And nobody got time for all of this stress, Anyways, I finally did it, and I carefully and thoroughly washed every single one of that chicken. By the way, as you guys have seen already, I've gone ahead to blend my peppers. I blended 2 red bell peppers and about 4 or 5 pieces of fresh tomatoes. Please remind me, how many did I blend? How many pieces of fresh tomatoes? So here is the kale. After I shredded the kale, I blanched it with hot water and then kept it for some minutes so that the hot water can help how do I put it, can help wilt the vegetable. Does that make sense? Or to soften it a bit, because that vegetable is usually the toughest. So I had to blanch it, and then after some minutes I rinsed off the vegetable from the hot water and added cold water to stop it from cooking further. All right, and over here I've just blended half of an onion, 1 scotch bonnet pepper, and 4 seasoning cubes. Okay, so I've just added that into the pot of meat, rinse the blender and add the water because nothing goes to waste in this house. And then I went in with some salt. I'm going to mix all of that together to combine well. Cover the pot and allow it to cook. So halfway done, I'm going to go in with my mackerel fish. All right, so here is my oil for the day. So I'm using this oil. If you guys saw the video of me cooking banga stew, if you haven't seen that video, go and watch it, okay, so you can see how we get this oil. I'm going to be linking that video in the comment section so you can go and watch it, okay. So that's the oil we are using. I stored it in my fridge for some days and I'm finally using it today. So once the oil dissolved, I went in with the other half of the onion, which I sliced with a knife, and then went in with the blended tomatoes and bell peppers. Maybe today is a good day for them. Welcome back, my baby girl. Blessing has just been there. She has been missing you guys. Joshua said it's someone. I'm not making of one.
I hope it's not.
You will love it. You are going to love it. Just chill, relax.
I think it. I know what it is. It's vegetable soup. I think it's vegetable soup.
Vegetable soup. You think so?
No.
Okay. You want to eat another thing? Like what, mommy? Joshua, wait. Like what? There's no watermelon. I told daddy to buy, but he said there's no watermelon at the supermarket. Alright, back to our cooking. I'm going to go in with this tin tomato. It is roughly chopped. It's the same texture with the one I blended by myself, so I added it because the one I blended was not going to be enough. Yeah, after that I rinsed the tin, rinsed the blender as well, and poured the water in the pot of meat. As you guys have seen, I've added the mackerel fish to the pot of meat to cook along with it. So back to the pot of tomatoes. I'm adding some mushrooms. That's actually 2 packs of mixed mushrooms. After adding that, I went in with some shrimp and 3 tablespoons of crayfish. Yes, it's going to intensify the flavor of this soup. So I didn't blend the crayfish because I didn't want it blended. I just wanted to, be seeing the crayfish in the soup. So after frying or frying for a bit, I went in with the cooked meat. After the meat, I'm going to cover it up and allow everything to cook together for maybe 5 to 8 minutes, and then I'll come back. So it's been cooking for some time now, and it's time to go in with my vegetables, all of my vegetables. So guys, I'm using a mixture of frozen spinach, which I just added now, the kale, which is cavolo nero, and spinach, fresh spinach. You are going to see that in a bit. My spoon. What do you want me to use at all this soup? I love using that spoon when I'm making large quantity of soup or rice or anything at all. Alright guys, so here is the fresh spinach. I've already sliced it off camera, washed it. Now I'm adding it into my pot. Guys, at this point my kitchen was smelling. In fact, what am I even saying? By the time I added that the oil we got from cooking the banga stew in the previous video, everywhere was already smelling so good. Like there is this aroma and taste that oil added to this soup in general. This soup came out tasting so amazing. Like the taste was incredible, incredibly delicious. Do you need it? So I've gone ahead to add my mackerel fish. I'm going to cover the pot and let it cook for or simmer for 2 to 5 minutes at most, and the soup is ready because we don't want to overcook the vegetables, right guys? Yes, right. So here is hubby molding the poundo because we are going to be enjoying it with poundo. And guys, here is the soup all done. Look at that. I'm not going to tell you how delicious it tasted until you try it. Thanks for watching.